In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the full moon in Scorpio that we're having on April 26th. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about this full moon that we're having in the sign of Scorpio. This is also a supermoon. Now, what is a supermoon? A supermoon is basically when the moon is super close to Earth. So when you look at it, it looks bigger than normal. So if you look at the full moon this time, it's gonna look a little bit bigger than usual. In this video, we're gonna be talking about 5 things you need to know about this Scorpio full moon to harness the benefits of it to your advantage. Number 1, Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto. Now, Scorpio is all about transformation. If I could describe Scorpio in one word, it would be transformation. And then Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. We may be feeling things where it feels like something is ending, but in actuality, it's not truly ending, it's just transforming. Maybe you thought a relationship was ending, but it had to undergo a metamorphosis, some kind of transformation. Maybe you thought that something in your life happened, like maybe you lost a job and you just thought, oh my God, this is the end. But maybe something else was brewing that you didn't see, right? And all of a sudden this opportunity pops up in front of your face. So it's the end of something, but there's only one way that end can happen, and that's only if there is a rebirth of something on the other side. That's what transformation is. Now, because this is a transformation energy and not like a literal death energy, it's more like energetic, more psychic, telepathic, emotional connections. It's more of that energy that we can't really see. So our emotions, vibrations, frequency. It's more about changing these things and transforming these energies rather than just ending it or just suppressing it and hiding it and that's it and done. Another thing that you should keep in mind is something that used to take your power away somehow transforms itself to where now you find power in it, if that makes sense. This could be a habit, it could be an addiction, could be a depression, could be a traumatic memory, it could be a trigger, it could be anxiety you had over something. But it's something that used to kind of take your power away, and now it's like you harness it in a way. The second thing I want to talk about is that this full moon is the perfect time to do spiritual work for transformation, for ending something, and then for bringing in something new. It has to go hand in hand. You cannot just do something just to end something. This has to be a transformational energy because we have Scorpio, which is transformation. Do your spells, your rituals, scripting, setting goals, however you plan ahead or however you want to attract or manifest. Do it for change and transformation in specific areas of your life. So what area of your life do you want change in? Harness this energy to get that going. You can use this energy 3 days before the full moon, on the night of the full moon, and 3 days after the full moon. This is especially good for a lot of things that you don't necessarily want it to end, but you want change in it. That's the main theme that I keep seeing about this full moon. You don't want an ending necessarily, you just want a change, a transformation. So a lot of you may find yourselves changing things up because you're like, I don't need this to stop, I just need something fresh within the old, if that makes sense. That comes to the third thing that I want to talk about, is taking something old and making it alive again, putting life into it, putting a spark back into it. Make something new and fresh out of it. That is how you can really harness this energy to your advantage. For example, for me, something I used to love doing like before the pandemic was going to thrift stores, and then you bring home things and then you paint it, decorate it, use your glue gun, get crafty. You know, you can do whatever you want, get as creative as you want. And it's just really fun, and you take something old and you put your energy into it and you just turn it into something new and fresh and vibrant. And it's just, it's a whole ritual in itself. Now, if you do something like that on this specific full moon time, like you bring something home that's old, or even something old that's in your home already, and you revamp it, or you just kind of redo it, paint it or decorate it, whatever, right? You're kind of still tapping into that energy, aligning with that energy. So do something where you're turning something old into something fresh and new. This could be something as simple as changing your sheets, changing your pillow covers. Like, I've been wanting to get cheetah print sheets and pillow covers, so that's as simple as that. This moon is about, again, not ending something, but changing it. So start small. You know, the smallest steps create momentum. So start with your bed sheets. Start with your morning coffee. Change it up, right? It's something you do every day, right? You drink coffee or tea, or if you do, but you're changing it up because you're like, instead of this coffee, I'm going to drink this coffee, or instead of coffee, I'm going to drink tea, or something. You know, like the smallest things send messages into our subconscious mind. And that's very powerful. Other ideas that I actually thought of were buying a new picture frame for an old photo. If there's a piece of furniture in your house that you don't really like anymore, go on Amazon, get some contact paper. You can get, there's so many kinds, you guys. There's like white marble, there's sparkle, there's floral, there's moon. Like, you can go crazy. Get something new and fresh and just throw some contact paper on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have fun with it. Get creative. And leave me a comment on what you do if you do like turn something old into something fresh. I would love to know. The fourth thing I want to talk about is Scorpios. Scorpios tend to bring to the surface what lies beneath, like what lurks beneath. I'm a very huge, like, I'm very aware of signs and synchronicities. Like, I take everything into awareness, like, you know, that doesn't mean you have to make a big deal about every little sign you get, but just be aware, you know. And if I see a scorpion, I get a little freaked out. And before, it would scare me, like, oh my God, something bad is gonna happen, or I'm not on the right path. But what you fear, you don't necessarily understand. And so I wanted to, like, the more I saw a scorpion, and then I would pay attention to, okay, what happens after? Now I understand what it means when Scorpios go beneath the surface. They really dig deep and dive in. And that's just because if a cycle keeps repeating and repeating and repeating, then the scorpion would show up as a symbol in your life, because that cycle needs to end. And Scorpios need to, the Scorpio energy, what it does, it dives deeper, it dives beneath the surface, so the cycle stops. So if things arise during this full moon, sit with it, journal about it, reach out to a therapist, a counselor, a friend, a spiritual advisor. Reach out. Like, what you've been doing every time that this emotion pops up, it's not necessarily the right way that you've been going about it. And so remember, we don't need an ending to it, because you can't just end a traumatic memory. You can't just end a traumatic, you know, trigger or something. But you can transform it. You can change it. So this is a very interesting full moon. At least for me, it brought me a lot of insight in that way. Things that arise during this full moon need to be expressed in a healthy way. Don't leave these things unexpressed. And if you don't feel comfortable expressing it to a loved one or a friend or partner or whoever, write it down, journal about it, reach out to a therapist. Like you gotta express it some way. Get creative, paint, draw, dance, express it, let it out. And another thing I want to mention is full moon energy illuminates, right? It always illuminates that which we need to see. Scorpio digs deep. You guys see those energies packed together on that one night? So use this energy to your advantage, and also understand that when things come up this specific time, understand that there's a reason and question why. Really be honest with yourself. Sometimes we push things aside to continue with our life, thinking it's okay, it's over there, we don't have to worry about it. But Scorpio energy does not let you do that. And then the full moon, like it's a super moon on top of that. That's coming to the fifth thing that I want to talk about, and that is the chakras, or the parts of our bodies that get affected every new moon or full moon. This time, there is no specific chakra, you guys. If you're on my Patreon, we've done the reading for the week. It's every single chakra. There's an energetic healing within every single chakra. And so things are spinning again, things are moving again, things are balancing out again. And it's not that a blocked chakra is not spinning. Sometimes chakras can spin way too fast and be overactive. So sometimes it needs to slow down, sometimes it needs to pick up the pace. Balance. And so all of our chakras will probably be going through some kind of energetic healing. And so I always recommend taking a bath, spiritual bath, any kind of bath you want. And then also just give yourself some me time, give yourself some relaxation time, take some time out to do something that you really like to do. For me lately, it's just been reading. It's like a vacation for me when I just pick up a book that I can get lost in. So for me, it would be that. You know, for someone else, it could be gaming, it could be gardening, whatever it is. Do something where your mind can relax. So those are the 5 things you should know about this full moon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon.